So yesterday we talked about the early years, and you brought us up through your high school years, which was wonderful. And I know that you graduated in 1937. So I was wondering if you could, today we could talk about 1937 up through, up till Patsy was born. Starting with when you graduated from high school, what you did, and even before what you did, what options were available to you when you graduated from high school? What were you thinking about?
Well, at that time, the only thing I knew that girls could do would be a secretary, or a nurse, or a teacher, or a beautician. That was the four that I knew about. Maybe in the cities there was more, but we didn't know about it. So you had to choose one of those if you were going to school. What happened with me, there was a couple of scholarships for a beauty school in the Minneapolis. It was given to our school, and if your marks were high enough, you could get one of those. My girlfriend was going to be a beautician, so I just decided to go along with her. And as it happened, it was the best thing that ever happened because I loved the work the minute I started doing it. So we lived in the Twin Cities. 4 of us girls lived together. 2 of them went to beauty school, and 2 of us did beauty school. And we had a 6-month course there at that time. You had to take a state board at the end. This is for being a beautician. And then you had to work for a year under a manager before you could get your manager's license yourself. So I was fortunate enough to get a job under a manager. So at that time there was still the Depression, and a lot of the girls had to just work on commission, and they could hardly pay for their uniforms. It was not an easy time to get jobs. In fact, my job only paid $10 a week, if you can believe that. But I lived with my sister, so I was okay, the one that was a nurse. So after that, I worked for a year under the manager, and this owner owned another beauty shop. And she shouldn't have done that, but she did. She had just had one operator over there, and when that operator had the day off, she'd send me over to run that shop. So I got the experience of running that shop. I got to know the people and so forth for that whole year. Well, then when I was going to look for a job as a manager, she asked me if I wanted to buy that beauty shop. I was 19 years old. It was kind of scary. But anyway, this girlfriend that went to school with me, we were buying it together. We were going to buy it together. We sent home for money, and our folks were good enough to give the down payment for us. So we went to get our manager's license. And at that time, the state had changed it. You had to be 21 to be a manager. Well, that shop could not hold 2 operators plus a manager, so she just kept her job, and I took the shop by myself and had to hire a manager who happened to end up to be one of my very best friends over the years. So I had my own beauty shop at 19.
Oh, wow.
So what else? What else happened? Oh, have you any other questions?